Before we get into today's episode, let me ask you something. Do you know what your current level of English really is? Understanding your level is crucial to tracking your progress and ensuring your hard work is paying off. That's why I've created a quick and easy English level test that you can take right now for free. Find out your level instantly. Just head to thebritishenglishpodcast.com/testme or check the link in the show notes. Hello and welcome to another episode of the British English Podcast. In this episode, we're going to be looking at some famous people in the UK, and we're going to be imagining what their daily routines are like. And I'm doing it with Harry, the one and only Harry Giles. How are you doing today?
I thought you were going to say the nutcase, Harry Giles. Yeah, you say the one and only, not nutcase. He's not a nutcase, not anymore.
No,
yeah,
he's not.
I'm good.
He's not a nutcase. He's a normal man. Would you say you're a normal man?
A normal man? No, I don't want to be a normal man. I don't know. Do you think people would describe me as a normal man? Would you describe me? Yeah, my mate Harry, he's a normal man. How would you describe me?
Nutcase.
I don't know. I'm not nutcase, exactly. There you go.
No.
Nutcase.
No, I wouldn't. I would say probably you're closer to nutcase if it was a continuum than normal man.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with that. I'm happy to be up the nutty end.
What about me?
That's good.
I don't like the idea of what you're going to say, but
I'd say you're kind of bang in the middle.
Okay.
Because you are, in many ways, you are quite eccentric, but then in other ways, you're very normal. So like it balances out.
Yeah.
You're dead in the middle of the spectrum, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which I think that's where you want to be, really.
Yeah, potentially. It's interesting how...
Because that enables you... Sorry.
No, I was just thinking how I was fearing the idea of being closer to normal than nutcase.
Yeah, I know you were. And that's why I didn't send you over that way. But I know no one wants to be totally normal because normal is boring.
Yes.
But also being normal means you can form to certain like social norms, and like I think you're quite professional, and being professional is like something that's considered quite normal.
Yeah.
And generally desired by other professionals and stuff. That's definitely a big aspect of being normal.
Yeah.
I find it impossible to be normal. I teach business English, but I'm just dying for the moment where I can start talking about anuses and piss.
It'd be great if you shocked your business English clients. Like, today we're going to be talking about piss, anuses.
Sometimes I push it and I just see, what can I get these guys to talk about? It's like, I'm so bored. I'm like, you're talking about insurance again. Today I did the biggest shit.
Oh, God.
No, not really. I don't.
At the end of Q1, we're all going to have a big orgy.
Yeah. Q1.
Well, that's business vocabulary, isn't it? Don't miss out on our free vocabulary worksheet. Learn today's top native phrases with easy definitions right where you are listening. Plus, unlock worksheets for all episodes. That's over 1,000 phrases. Head over to thebritishenglishpodcast.com or click the link that says free worksheets in the show notes of the app that you're listening to this episode on, or download our fabulous free app by searching BEP or the British English Podcast in your app store. Download and enjoy.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. See? You should be doing that. Have you done any business English podcasts?
No. No, I haven't
episodes?
Actually. I've had Lindsay from All Ears English, and she's quite business English. That's her focus, kind of.
Right.
I don't think we focused on business English. My conversation
English.
Yeah, my conversation would dry up pretty quickly.
It gets a bit formal as soon as you start talking about stuff like that. But then the business world, like with all these startups and modern businesses, entrepreneurs, it's not so formal now, is it?
No. Yeah.
Simo said in his first interview for a big company, Simo is one of my best friends, by the way, guys. He started working for a company that make Candy Crush. They're called King. think they're called that now. And his interviewer turned up in flip-flops and shorts.
Wow.
And he was really taken back by it. He was like, what is this guy doing running this business? This is crazy.
Yeah.
But, the world is becoming less formal.
Yes, it is.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The business world.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I think in Australia it was quite common that as well, to be just in flip-flops. But also, a guy that I met, he was in a tank top and flip-flops, and he had just come from the office, and I was like assuming that he's like an underling, kind of just doing some admin. He was like, no, I own the business. Like, I've got 50 employees. I was like, wow.
I've got 50 million in the bank, motherfucker. Nice to meet
Earlier
you.
You said taken back. I think it is taken aback, isn't it? But it's interesting.
It is, but no one says that.
I think I do say that. But maybe that's because I'm
I know you do.
Everyday normal guy.
That's because you've looked it up on Cambridge Dictionary.
Yes.
And you've gone, I'm going to say aback. I know. No, lots of people do say aback. I'd say more people say taken back.
Okay.
That's me. I've just decided most people in the English-speaking parts of the world say taken back. I've made that decision on behalf of
everyone.
English everywhere.
English, yes. Okay. So, guys.
But there is actually a good way we could test that, isn't there?
How?
We could go on Youglish and type in taken back.
Ooh.
And then we could type in taken aback and we could compare.
Because they say how many times it came up. You do taken back and I'll do taken aback. Have you ever wondered if you're making real progress in your English learning journey? Knowing your level is the key to recognizing your improvements. I have a fantastic tool for you. A free English level test that gives you an instant result. Take a few minutes now to discover your level and continue your learning journey with confidence. Visit thebritishenglishpodcast.com/testme or click the link in the show notes to find out your level of English today.
Okay, you're going to be taken back by the result, Ashley? Charlie?
Who's Ashley? Are you cheating on me?
Well, I've got one friend called Ashley, and I barely ever see him, so I don't know why his name came out.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be taken aback.
How many?
I've got 712.
I've got 2,120.
Wow. You've impressed me by this tool, as in utilizing it for this exact thing. That's great. And also,
very good.
We can even categorize it by American, British, or Australian, can't we? With that tab at the top. So click.
We can. So maybe in America.
Yeah.
Let's go America, shall we?
Yes, let's do it. I'm going to be crude and guess that Brits are more likely to say taken aback.
Okay, I've just realised a bit of a flaw in my argument here because sometimes we say taken back in different ways.
Yes, of course.
So we'd have to write a whole phrase. I am taken back, for example. Shall we rephrase it?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I've got an example here. 2 decades later, the Taliban have taken back power.
The experiment
doesn't work.
Flops. I would say maybe we type in I was, because we don't really say I am, do we? We would talk about the moment that we were surprised. Okay,
I was taken back.
I was taken aback for me.
Again, I'm just imagining someone has just been through a separation, but then they were taken back by their partner. So actually, this might not work either. Can we say I was taken back by? But then it's too long, isn't it?
No, but that still works. I was taken back by my ex.
Let's go with that. I was taken...
No.
Oh, no. No.
Because taken back by my ex is literal, isn't it? We're not using the phrase. So I'm saying...
Charlie, I'm going to have to go through these one by one, aren't I? All 2,000 of them.
Yeah, let's just take 2,000 hours of your time.
Okay.
Or maybe 2,000 minutes. Well, let's just say I was taken aback. I've got 281 hits. How many have you got for I was taken back?
For that, I've got 83.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That might
be...
Oh, no, that's just America. That's just America, mate.
Oh.
Okay, only 111.
Okay.
That's mad. So 83 of the results were in America. The other, 18 were... definitely done the maths. No, I think that's right. Were the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So it's all US people being taken back.
That's what my prediction was. Those sloppy Americans taking out unnecessary vowels or sounds.
Yeah. Vowel sounds.
Yeah. So maybe that's
And
right.
letters.
Americans are more likely to say taken back based on our incredibly thorough research, and Brits are more likely to say taken aback. But still, Harry thinks that everyone says taken back, and that's fine. You know, that was 8 minutes of instructional content that is not needed, really, isn't it? Because you can say both.
Pretty much. You're welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Keep on listening. More coming.
We're here today to talk about daily routines, which we haven't done yet. So let's get into that. I've got a few celebrities here that I'm going to give you, and you can choose from. Just looking at some that I think you'd enjoy.
Okay.
Very famous Formula One driver, Lewis Hamilton. He's pretty cool, don't you think?
Yeah, I think he's quite cool.
Wears very nice watches, races fast cars.
Yeah.
Has very attractive women around him.
Does he?
That's apparently cool. Well, he married
That is cool.
Nicole Shares. What's her name? From Pussycat Dolls.
Scherzinger?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I think wearing nice watches, driving fast cars, and being surrounded by attractive women or woman is generally considered pretty cool, which would put me pretty...
Can you be surrounded by a woman?
You could be. I was surrounded by her, but she's not a big girl, so I don't know.
Oh.
If she was like wrapping herself around him,
Yeah.
then maybe. Or maybe he's surrounded by the Pussycat Dolls, the whole group.
Yeah.
In which case, yes. But are they all attractive?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
In their own right. Every woman's attractive, Harry.
Oh, well said.
Beauty in every human. All right, let's do a daily routine of Lewis Hamilton. So do you reckon he's lying in a bed that is shaped like a car? Like, you know, the toy cars when you're a kid?
Definitely. If he's not, I'd be very disappointed.
Yeah. Me too.
If I was Nicole Scherzinger and I went back to his house after third date, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
How many dates do you reckon they had?
Yeah, probably 3. And then, shall we? Maybe.
Shall we go back to mine?
Yeah.
Maybe not even sharing a bed that night. Perhaps he just gave her the grand tour of the house.
Of the bedroom.
Of the bed. This is my bed. Yes, it's a Formula One car. Yes. Guilty as charged. We won't be using that tonight.
No, definitely not. You're not allowed in that. Sponsors only. So he wakes up in a Formula One shaped mattress. And then is he waking up from an alarm, or is he just naturally coming to?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I imagine he's got an absolutely lovely house, a massive window right in front of the bed, and he kind of wakes up with the sunrise.
Oh, okay. Does he wake up, look in the mirror, and think, "Hello, me"?
You would, wouldn't you? Because he's pretty cool. He's pretty good looking.
Yeah.
He's not that good looking. He's just decent looking bloke, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
With a lovely watch on his wrist.
So we're about halfway through this episode, and I felt like now would be a good time to tell you that I have made a quick quiz for you to take for free that tests if you are actually improving your English from listening to this specific episode. If you pass it, that means you're using your time effectively, and I'll say congratulations. If you don't pass it, then I'll have to bend you over, get my slipper and... Sorry, it's not the 70s. What am I doing? I will throw away the slipper and simply say, I suggest spending a bit more of your focus on each episode to ensure that you're actually progressing with your English studies. To take the quick quiz, click on the link that says Take Quick Quiz, which is in the show notes of this episode. And if you don't know how to find the show notes in the podcast app you're using, it's normally found by clicking the options button on the player screen, which looks like 3 dots in a row. Once you've done that, click Go to Episode, and you should see the link staring you in the face. Best of luck, and I do hope you pass with flying colours so that you don't need to be sent to the headmaster's office. Let's get back to the episode, shall we?
Does he sleep in his watch, though? That's the question.
Does he sleep with his watch on, would you say?
With his watch on. I'm in a watch. Get me out of here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, with his watch on. Yeah. Appreciate the second correction of the day.
Should we see which one is used more on Junglish?
Yeah, he's in a watch. No,
No,
you're right.
no, I'm joking.
Yeah, I'm in a jacket. That sounds weird as well.
Yeah, you wouldn't say that, would you? I'm wearing a jacket. I put my jacket on. Are you feeling all right?
Yeah. But you do say in with some things that you wear, don't you? I'm in the shit.
I'm in over my head. To be in over your head, let's
nothing to do
just
with-
keep the conversation structured somewhat. What does that mean? In over their head. Somebody is in over their head.
You're overwhelmed with work or something.
Yeah.
You're in too deep.
Yeah. You've got too many watches to sleep with. You're stressed about it.
Yeah. Oh, which watch do I wear?
Yeah.
This is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think he would probably wake up and just sit straight up.
Yeah.
So if he's got an alarm, he'd get straight up. He wouldn't be someone to just like, toss and turn and be like, ugh. He wouldn't
scroll Instagram for 30 minutes. He'd be up straight away. No? Oh, you're thinking he wants to have a little look at how many followers he's got or something?
Maybe. Yeah, he might sit up and then I don't think he'd check his followers.
How many does Nicole have and how many do I have? For God's sake, she's still got more.
But most of them because of me. Come on.
Pussycat Dolls, that died a long time ago. Come on. I've kept her going.
Yeah.
Yes, she's been on X Factor billions of times, but, it's mainly me in the fast cars and my bed.
Are they in a serious relationship?
Well, I think they got married, but they may have broken up. Can't remember.
So she hasn't taken his name, but that's quite common these days, isn't it? For the woman not to actually take the name.
Yes.
Like Stacey.
Well, Stacey wants to do it once we have a child, if we are blessed with such a gift or a challenge. That way she feels like it's less patriarchal and more holistic or family oriented, because my sisters have lost our family name and her brothers are going to both keep their family name. I was like, maybe keep Baxter instead of hers for when we have a child.
Good idea. Get rid of Benson.
I'm leaning towards not caring at all now, because I don't really like the idea of her reminding me like my mum, like Mrs. Baxter. That's my mum. I don't want her to be Mrs. Baxter. That's weird.
What about Mrs. Benson Baxter?
That's a bit
Or
much.
Baxter Benson?
I think they're too similar to do double-barreled. I think double-barreled is only really necessary if they're very different and one of them sounds a bit weird on its own. Like Holly, my sister, she was going to be Holly Horn, and the horn is Horne. So people would be like, Holly Horny. So she's done Holly Baxter Horn, and that kind of flows a bit better.
That works.
Yeah.
Or Horny Baxter?
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a better choice, wouldn't it?
Sorry, we keep digressing. So he hasn't even got up yet. He's scrolling through his Instagram.
Oh, she is. I just checked. She is a former lover of his.
Oh, okay. Just a lover. Okay. So, yeah, he gets up and he sends whatever lovely lady he has in bed with him that day on her way.
Oh, right.
I imagine.
Okay.
Or do you think he makes her breakfast?
I don't think he's got time. I think he needs to get down to the track and do maybe some G-force training in the gym.
Can't he just go to like Disneyland or Alton Towers?
Yeah, he gets the fast track ticket straight away. They're like, oh, Lewis is here. Give him the fast track entry to the best roller coaster we've got.
What is it? It was the G-force. There was that awful ride, wasn't there? Where you're in just like a round circle.
Oh, okay.
Round circle as opposed to a square circle. And you just spun around loads. That's a horrible G-force ride.
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of ride that astronauts have to take. In those films when they're training for G-force, they're in that kind of circular.
You're in a big kind of cylinder.
Yeah, in a little cabin going around really, really quickly. Do you reckon, I know it's digressing, but do you think you could handle G-force well?
No. No, thank you.
Okay.
No, I hate that. I think I went on one of those G-force roller coasters or rides,
Oh,
and I hated every second of it.
were you taken aback by how horrible it was?
I was taken aback
I
by
thought
how
you would
horrible
say
it
back.
was.
Just to be spiteful.
Yeah.
You've done it. You didn't like it. Lewis bloody loves it, obviously. So he's looking forward to that G-force feeling. So he's getting her out quickly. I think he's got a contract with Nespresso or something and has a very strong Nespresso shot in a very nice kitchen.
Right. Yeah, because you always use the products you're sponsored by.
But
he probably has a Red Bull for breakfast. Is he sponsored by Red Bull?
He's either Ferrari or Mercedes. I think he's Ferrari.
Oh, yeah, he's Ferrari, isn't he?
Oh, no, Mercedes.
Mercedes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So he has a Mercedes / Nespresso shot of coffee.
Yeah. Diesel.
Then what?
Shot of diesel.
Then what? What would he do next? I was about to say, does he dry his hair after the shower? But he doesn't need to because he's not got any.
Doesn't need to. Optional. I think he could have hair if he wanted.
Yeah, but he's streamlined. Too ergonomic for that shit. Or not ergonomic, too streamlined for that. Aerodynamic. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, he is aerodynamic. Okay. He's had his coffee. What does he have for breakfast though?
I think he might intermittent fast. So he might save himself until midday, maybe.
Oh, that's an idea. So he just has a kind of power shot of coffee in the morning.
Yeah, no milk. So it's still technically fasting, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
Does he do some exercise in the morning? I imagine he might do some mental arithmetic or something to wake up the mind. Or some Sudoku or something.
Oh, you reckon?
Maybe a crossword.
You reckon he does one of them? Nice.
I think he'd probably want to wake up his mind. He'd have some kind of morning routine that gets him
a good idea.
Alert and ready to tack those corners on the racetrack.
Yeah. He doesn't get on a PlayStation, do a simulated track of his favorite track. He's better than that, isn't he? He does some Sudoku. But does that mean that he's subscribed to the Daily Telegraph?
He does some Sudoku. Do they have a Sudoku?
Oh, just any newspaper.
Perhaps he is. I mean, that's another option. Maybe he reads the paper in the morning. Maybe he does like a really normal thing, like reading the paper. Some people do that every morning, don't they? They get up, they read the paper in the morning. I've never done that.
Nor have I. No.
But I imagine he'd do something quite efficient that he does every single morning that wakes his mind up. So let's say Sudoku.
Okay.
I don't know why, but why not?
Yeah. Well, he puts on his Mercedes cap, heads out to face the day.
Yeah.
What car is he driving? Because he can't drive his Formula One car. That's not allowed on the road. It's got to be a road car.
It's not.
No.
Is it not road legal?
No. He won't get insured. He won't. No, it literally wouldn't be allowed. It's illegal. You are being illegal, Lewis. Back up.
I'm just thinking, if his bed is a car, maybe he just drives his bed straight out.
I wasn't thinking that his bed had an actual engine. I was thinking it was just in the shape of a car. But yeah, fair enough.
If you have the money, why not? He doesn't even have to get up. Maybe he makes his Nespresso / Mercedes coffee in the car bed.
Okay.
And then drives to work.
You're making me think of a bit of a Mr. Bean alarm clock now.
Yeah. He sleeps in the garage.
Wakes up. Goodbye, so-and-so. On you go. He opens the garage door. She goes out. And then he... Vroom, 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 vroom. And
that is efficient, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very efficient. And then maybe at every traffic light, he does Sudoku.
Yeah, that's it. The traffic lights.
God, I hate waiting for traffic lights. I'm always first.
Exactly. A quick Sudoku. And then I wonder how many Sudokus he gets through on his way to the racetrack.
Yeah. Then, I can't really imagine how else his day pans out. Maybe he's... But I don't want to be too business oriented. I want to be focusing on the Britishness of it. So I don't want to be, he speaks to his sponsors.
Yeah, okay. He is a British man, right?
He is, yeah.
If you were a successful Formula One driver who just slept in his garage, in his bed car, driven and started driving to work, What very British thing might you do on the way to work? Bear in mind, you haven't actually had a proper breakfast
Oh,
yet.
there's Greg's.
You might stop off and have a full English.
Okay.
Oh, Greg's.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I've only got 5 minutes to spare. I want a cheeky bean and cheese melt pasty. So I'm going to pop into Greg's and then carry on. But my petrol's low, so I'll pop into the BP garage as well. And maybe get a crappy Costa coffee, from the vending machine, and then be disappointed about my day.
At last.
Yeah.
Good to see the human side to you, Lewis.
Yeah.
A BP garage. Yeah, that's a very English thing, isn't it? He gets a Greg's, does he? Or in a garage, you can just pop in and you can get sausage rolls and pastries and stuff, can't you? Often.
That's true.
You can get like fresh deli stuff.
Yeah, now you can.
Maybe even a samosa.
Oh, yeah, that's an option. But I'm feeling Greg's, so I'll save myself and get my Greg's after my petrol. Yeah.
It's more Sudoku time.
Yeah.
That's Lewis Hamilton, I guess. Should we go on to someone else?
So morning routines.
Morning routine, Lewis Hamilton, done.
Yeah. How does each celebrity wake up in the morning?
Well, we could go for the next part of the day for someone else, if you want.
Interesting.
Well, see what comes to us. Who's the next celeb?
The next one I had in mind is Sir David Attenborough.
We will leave it there for part 1 of today's episode. Thank you very much for listening up to this point. If you did want to listen to part 2 and part 3 of this conversation, then you can head over to thebritishenglishpodcast.com and check out the premium podcast or academy memberships. The premium podcast gives you access to the full conversation along with extended glossaries, transcripts, and flashcards, whereas the academy gives you all of that plus exclusive videos and audios for the season-based episodes, explaining the vocabulary, exampling them, giving you quizzes, writing assignments, and weekly speaking classes on Zoom. But if you were just here for part 1 of this conversation, then I thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the show. Do grab that free worksheet by clicking the link in the show notes. My name's Charlie, and I will see you next week on the British English Podcast.
Remember to take that quick quiz to test your knowledge of this episode and to see if you're using your time effectively or if you're wasting it. Oh no, let's hope you pass. Find the link to it in the show notes of your podcast player. I'll give you a hint. It says, take quick quiz. Best of luck. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Before you go, make sure you know where you stand in your English learning journey. I've created a free English level test that you can take right now to find out your exact level. It's quick, easy, and gives you instant results. Head to thebritishenglishpodcast.com/testme or check the link in the show notes. Because tracking your progress helps you stay on track.
We can't use track twice, guys. No, let's do that again.
Yeah, we don't have time. Oh. All right, we'll just delete this last sentence then.